Hi, I'm Courtney Woods. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking about sanitizing things. Okay, so this is going to be the most boring class ever. This is your first class that you should be watching. But yeah, it's going to be the most boring subject ever. I'm going to try to make it as exciting as it can be, but seriously, it's a boring topic, but it is also the most important topic that you're going to see through all the videos, because if you don't start with clean stuff, it's just not going to be good. So you do not want to have a client calling you the next day being like, dude, I have pink eye or whatever. So you don't want to mess with that kind of stuff. You want to keep your stuff clean, because then you don't have to deal with like lawsuits or whatever could come with it. So anyways, it is going to be a boring subject. I know, yay, but it is the most important subject that you really have to hear everything I'm saying in this, because it is going to help you. In fact, I have my notes so I don't miss a thing. All right, so in your artist kit, and I can help you get an artist kit if you don't have one already. I can guide you to the one that's my favorite, but I'm not really going to do that video yet. I should probably start with that, maybe. Okay, you know what? Find that video. It's probably going to be right after this one now. All right, so let's get on to sanitizing stuff. You're going to want some alcohol. You're going to want some alcohol wipes. You're also going to want some paper towels. They're too far to reach. Paper towels, and you're also going to want a trash bag so that you can throw all that stuff away into your little trash bag if you're at like an event. That way you're not like making a huge mess. Like you've got all your trash contained, and it's just really professional looking if you've got like all your stuff together. You know, you don't want to be like, hey, can I use your trash? Like, thanks for filling up my trash. You know, makeup artist, you know, you just don't want to deal with that. So try to be professional. Keep your kit clean, because if your kit looks messy, sure, you could probably think like, oh, if it looks messy, maybe it looks like I use it a lot. But truth be told, that's not the thought process. It's going to be, ew, they never clean their stuff, and now they're putting that on my face. That's what they're going to be thinking. Yeah, you don't want that. You want to look professional. You want to have your stuff clean, and I'm going to teach you how. All right, so everything, you kind of have to like really think about stuff, because you're used to probably just putting makeup on yourself, grabbing the next item, and you know, whatever. But when you're working on somebody else, little things like a pencil, you can't just use the pencil, put it away, and then use it on someone else, right? You have to clean it somewhere in there, right? So with pencils, I'm going to start with the pencil since it's right here. So you're going to need an alcohol wipe. So here's the thing. Take off that lid, grab an alcohol wipe. Oh my gosh, if I can grab it. Grab an alcohol wipe. Doesn't matter what brand, just anything that is alcohol that will clean it. And then you're going to actually just wipe it on the tip, roll it so that you really get it. And then you're going to just let this dry a little bit, unless you want it to be extra soft. But you're just going to want this to dry a little bit before putting the lid back on. Now, the other thing too is, let's say that it's a little dull and you really need it sharpened. So what you do again, grab a new alcohol wipe. Don't be using like old ones. Like once you use it, toss it away, because you don't want to be reusing it. Grab another one. Open that sucker up. I'm telling you, gotta keep clean. Grab it, do the same thing. You're like, oh, it needs to be sharpened. Even if you're in the middle of using it, if you need to use a sharpener, that sharpener is going to be used for other stuff too. So just rule of thumb, if it leaves that face, clean that sucker if you need to do anything else with it. So once you clean it with your alcohol wipe, then sharpen it. That way this always stays clean, because these are kind of hard to clean, especially with the blades. I mean, you can take the alcohol wipe and like clean it out and stuff, but like, I don't know, you just don't want to like cut your finger, especially if you're like out of place. So clean the product first, then you can sharpen, and then you can use it on your client again. And then once you're done, clean it again, and then wait for it to dry a little bit and then put the lid on. I'm like looking for the lid right now. Here it is. Okay. And then you can put it away and then it's ready for your next person. All right. So that is how you clean pencils. And the same thing for like softer pencils too. Softer ones, same thing. You can still use these on people. But yeah, you just have to clean the tip and make sure that you don't have any like residue that could possibly be on there from the last person before going to the next. All right, so there's that. And here's the thing too. If you're doing like bridesmaids per se, or like runway, or just like more than one person in one event, you're going to want to make sure that you clean everything that you used, touched, anything that may have touched that person's face before you go to the next person. You don't want to like cross skin to people. It's just, isn't this fun to learn about? I know, right? I know, just hang in there. I know this is so boring, but it's really important. All right, so let me throw that over there. All right, next, let's see. I'm going to talk about brushes. So the easiest way to do brushes, okay, you can do this 2 ways because it really just depends on like how busy you are, how much time you have, you know, whatever. When I go to an event or something, I will actually take a paper towel and lay it down. And then everything I use is going to be sitting on that paper towel. That's going to keep your product more clean. And also whoever's table that is clean, unless you bring your own table, you know, whatever, but it's still, it keeps things clean if you just have a paper towel, because then you can just throw it away. You don't have to like worry about, cleaning it. Especially like if you have like a cloth or something, if you put that in your washer or dryer, sometimes like if you have an animal or something, you could still get like dog hair or cat hair on those products, even though they've been cleaned, but then you're going to get it and then it's going to not really look clean because it's not totally clean. So paper towels, disposable items are like what you need when you're like trying to keep things clean. So yeah, I just put my paper towel down and then I'll just like load the brushes that I want on it and just load my pencils, like just anything that I'm going to use, I'm just going to load it on there. So now I'm going to talk about brushes. So let's say you just use this brush, okay? It was clean, because remember too, anytime that you're done with a client, you're going to clean your products and then put them in your case. You want to keep everything in your case clean and ready to go. That way there's no like sitting bacteria or anything in your case, because you don't want to like leave it there and then be like, oh, now I'm going to clean it and then I'm going to use it. Like you just never know. Like what if you're in too much of a hurry or you forget or something? So just make sure everything that's been used, immediately clean it before putting it in your case. All right, so that will help you like really keep things smooth. So after you use this on a client, let's say that you have like a ton of people that you have to like do makeup on. So this is where these little wipes will come in handy, because if you start spraying this with your brush cleaner, unless you have, there is one brush cleaner that works really fast. But I mean, what if you run out? So, anyways, so let's say you have a bunch of people and you don't have time to use a brush cleaner on your brush. And let's say you only have one brush, you know, for everybody. So what are you going to do? You're going to sanitize it by using the alcohol wipes. So once again, you've got your paper towel down. I would just take one of these babies, open it up, you got your wipe. It's a clean one. You're going to place it right on the paper towel. And then you're going to like, just pretend this is your paper towel. You're going to place that clean alcohol wipe on there. You're going to take your brush, stick it like that, and then swirl it around. Maybe hold the alcohol wipe, swirl it around, and then make sure you get like, you can like bend it like this way. You want to make sure you really get every edge, and then swirl it around, because that's how you're going to clean it, right? So then it's clean and it's ready for the next person. Now, alcohol wipes, I will say, can kind of dry out your bristles, but it's okay because we're just doing this in between each client. And at the end of the day, when you get home, you want to do a good deep clean on the brushes with your brush cleaner. That's going to take longer to dry, right? So that way your brushes are clean, but they're still usable in the moment. And then you get a really deep clean where they can be wet for as long as they need to be once you're at home. So then once you're at home, so you're done for the day, And remember, you're cleaning this brush in between each person. Like, you can like use this, dip in the makeup or whatever, use it on the face, whatever. That's fine, because you're going to be washing this before you hit the next person. And then also that product that you use, I'm going to show you how to clean that too. So that after you dip multiple times or whatever, like, it's not going to be a problem because it's going to be sanitized. So anyways, back to the brush. When you get home, you're going to take your brush cleaner. I'll just take it out of the bag. Why not? All right. So I'm going to just take this. If I can open my bag. I like to use the Ziploc bag so I can see it quicker. I mean, you could get a fancier looking bag. I know there's fancier clear bags, but this works just fine. People in LA do it just fine. All right, so I've got my brush cleaner that I have here. So what you would do, how to clean your brushes really good. This is so I'm going to teach my very favorite. This is my favorite product in here. So you're going to just spray it. I'm not actually going to spray this brush though, because I don't want to spray this one. But bear with me. Visualize this. Okay, so you're going to spray the bristles. You could do like a couple, right? Then, so this has got the brush cleaner on. Then you're going to take your paper towel. Now, if it's your own brushes, you could probably use, your towels, your cloths. I love using microfiber cloths for this on my personal brushes at home because it just really moves that soap around. But for just your brushes for your artist kit, you're going to want to use paper towel. Once again, there's no chance of like germs getting stuck on anything. So get your paper towel, lay it flat, pretend this is a paper towel. You're going to push the brush down into it. Whoops. And then you're going to swirl it. You're going to swirl it around, and you can like try to get each edge like this. Okay. And then swirl it around, like this. And then you'll do both sides. Then you're going to lay it somewhere clean to let it dry, which could be another paper towel that you set it on so that it can dry. And then however long your brush cleaner that you use is, it'll dry, and then it'll be ready for the next day. So that is how you dry clean the brush part of everything. Next, I'm going to talk about eyeliner. So I did give you, the example of the line and the soft liner, but what about liquid eyeliner? Okay. Cause those little ends, it's kind of like, really, it's like a glue stick. So this is an eyelash glue, adhesive glue for eyelashes, fake eyelashes. It's kind of like the same thing as like a liquid liner, you get one little applicator in there, you have this, and you have this one little thing, right? Like, how are you going to do that? Or like a mascara, it comes with an applicator. Well, once you use this on something, you can't dip it back in there. That's not okay. So there's a couple things that you can do. You can either get some kind of tray. You can actually find them online, some kind of tray. I'm just going to use this as an example. This is not my tray, but you can use some kind of tray. And then what you would do is you would take your bottle, and this would be for your liquid liner. So, I mean, unless you plan on giving your liquid liner to the customer, you could do that. if you really want to use the applicator that it comes with, you can just use it on them, close it up, and then give it to that client there. But if you're not willing to do that, this is the way to do it. So you have your applicator right here. You're going to get the product on it, and then you're going to wipe it onto your clear. I say clear. Mine's clear right here. Anyways, you're going to put it right on your tray, right? You're just going to wipe it on that tray, and then this is going to be clean, right? Because you're going to wipe that with an alcohol wipe or spray and a paper towel, right? In between each customer. I keep saying customer, client. I've worked a lot of retail as well. So anyways, so then you're going to put this back, and this is clean because it's only touched this clean thing that you have here. So then you can put this thing away, the eyelash glue, the eyeliner, the mask. Well, actually mascara is done different. I'll tell you the mascara in a minute. But anyways, then that goes away. And then you have this. And then you can take your brush, and then you can dip from your brush. And then that's how you can use that product without ruining it, you know, because if that applicator touches that client and it goes back into the bottle, you've got to give the bottle to the client. Like, you can't use it again. So yeah, be sure to have some kind of tray or something. That way you can use that stuff a little easier. All right. Oh, and one thing for sure, before you even start, my most favorite thing to do, and this actually helps the client feel like you're clean, right? Because they don't know you. They don't know how clean your products are and all your stuff. So that's why you have to present it clean, because you need to be clean. I like to have a bottle of sanitizer. Sorry, I won't show the brand. Anyways, any brand of sanitizer. I like to just keep this in my kit. So then when I like open up my makeup stuff, I can then put some sanitizer on my hands, clean it right in front of them so that they can see that, hey, I did clean my hands. And you do want to make sure you wash your hands before you even get there, but it's just a nice added bonus once you're like touching everything to then clean it one more time. That way it's like really clean hands going on. So yeah, that's a good thing to know too. Now let's go on to the mascara. Let me grab my mascara real quick. Hold on. All right, I got my mascara. So you're gonna want mascara wands. They usually come in black. I got these fun colors online. Had to try them out. So anyways, you know, mascara has a little lid. So you can keep this in your kit, but don't use this part. Don't use this on anybody. It's a big no-no, again, unless you plan on giving this to your client. So what you do is you take this out, set it up somewhere, usually on my paper towel, since my paper towel's right there. Then you're going to take, if I can get it out, 2 wands. You're going to want 2 wands, because think about it. You're not going to be able to dip in once and do both eyes, top and bottom. But usually you can use 1 wand for the top and the bottom for one eye and then dip again. You know, you can usually do 1 for each eye, unless you're going crazy with the mascara, which could be the case. Maybe their eyelashes just are really long. There are cases where you may need like 2 per eye, you know, 1 for the top, 1 for the bottom, or maybe 2 for the top, you know, whatever. There are cases where that can happen. But I would say overall, you can usually get away with just using 2 for 1 person. So what you do is you're going to take your disposable wand, stick it in the mascara, and then you don't want to pump it because that creates air bubbles, which then once you close the lid on it, can actually cause some bacteria in there. And you also want to make sure, here's another tip before I get into this. You want to throw away your mascaras from your kit, probably every 2 months. Or it really just depends on how often you use it. If you use it very rarely, 2 months. If you're using it quite a bit, it could be like once a month, maybe every 2 weeks. It really just depends on like how fast you go through it. But I would say as a minimum, maximum, whatever, 2 months, toss your mascara, get a new one for your kit. Because that goes for like your personal mascaras too. Yeah, make sure to throw them away. A lot of bacteria can go in these, especially when you're like double dipping, you know, whatever. But so anyways, you have your mascara wand here, your disposable one. You want to swirl it. Okay, that creates less air in there, which if you have a lot of air in there, that's actually going to dry out your mascara faster anyways. Just a little tip. So you're just going to swirl it around, get as much product on there as possible, because remember, you really don't want to have to double dip. So get all that you can on there, and there you go. This is going to go for your client's mascara. So I like to do the top first because those are the most important ones, right? So I do the top and then I turn it a little bit because there's more mascara on that side, right? And then you can do the bottom. So, I mean, you can just turn it as much as you need to get every little bit of mascara off this. Or you can just get 2 of them for one eye. I like to save products and, you know, use them the best way I can. So anyways, it's very rare that you'd be able to just go on to the next one. Oops. But it's my watch. It's telling me I need to walk. This video has been too long, I guess. No. So there we go. So there's that. So then when you're done with this, go put it in your pile of trash that you have. Here, I'm going to just put it right here. And then you would dip again for the next eye. And there you go. And then when you're done, stick the original applicator in there, and then you can put this away. All right, so that is that. And then now we're going to get into the makeup part, sanitizing it. I know, are you bored? Take a break if you need, because you really need to hear all this information. I'm almost done. This is almost done, okay? I know. All right, so you've got your makeup kit. Oh my gosh, I just hit my chin. You've got your makeup kit. Now, there's different kinds of makeup. I personally use the cream makeup here because it just looks good on everybody, and it's my preference. I'll go into more of that in another video, but maybe the next one, since I decided maybe I should talk about the kit that I use. But anyways, this is what I use. You want to keep it clean, okay? Nice and clean, organized as much as you can. So yeah, I have every color that I need in here, just in this packet. I do have another case with my eyeshadows and stuff, but let's start with this on cleaning. So it's kind of like your foundation, right? So how are you going to clean your foundation? Maybe I'll actually start with liquid foundation, and there's different kinds of foundation. So powder, it's kind of like an eyeshadow. I'll show you how to clean the eyeshadows in a second. There's the liquid in a bottle. Okay. So that never touch it to someone's face. I know it's like a trend with a lot of people that I've seen, they're like, here, just like, ooh, they put it right on their face. They're putting that bacteria right into that container. They're going to have to throw this away way faster than they would have to, or they're just going to have really germy skin, which can cause zits. So that's another thing. They might have more zits because of doing that. Don't touch anything to someone's face. Like, no applicators, nothing goes on your face like that. You have to use disposable stuff on your face, or your brushes that are clean on your face. I'm like, clean, right? I just use this. I use this for you guys, right? I'll put my makeup on, right? Anyways, so don't ever touch the applicator on your face. Don't do that. I mean, I guess you can do it with your own stuff if you want, but when you're in an artist kit, don't do that. It's so germy, so germy. So what you're going to want to do is get your little tray or something. I got to tell you, so I'm from the CD days. I actually used to get a big stack of blank CDs. Those were my trays. I'd keep them clean. I'd use that because then I could like hold it, right? And then I could just dip, like squirt the foundation right on it. And then I could just grab my foundation brush, dip it on there, and there you go. But anyways, they have like these proper trays now that you can buy online. So if you're not, if you don't have any blank CDs that are clean, there's trays that you can use. So then you can just hold them. Same thing. You want to take I don't have my liquid next to me, but take your liquid, spray it. It doesn't really spray, does it? Pump it out on your container. And anytime that you need more, just open it up and squirt it on there. Just don't touch it to the container, because then that's touching. You just do not want to transfer any germs. No double dipping. That's the term I was like trying to think. No double dipping. Yeah, that's pretty much double dipping because you're like touching it, going away, whatever. All right. The other thing is a cream makeup, and that's what I use. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've got my foundation, and really this could go with any kind of cream that you have. So you've got your foundation, right? So there's two ways that you can do this. You can either take your bottle of alcohol, right? Take the lid off, whatever. You could spray the whole thing, and then get your paper towels. This is where the paper towels come in, and wipe it with your paper towels, right? Now, here's the thing. When you have your paper towel, oh my gosh, I don't have a paper towel right here. Let's pretend this is a paper towel, okay? When you're cleaning it, when you're wiping the product, You don't want to also double dip here either. If you wipe right there, you're going to want to turn that paper towel to another spot and then wipe the next one. Turn it, flip it, wipe the next one. You don't want anything that you wipe going on another color. For one, it will like mix the colors, but two, then you're like spreading whatever you just wiped off and you're putting it into the next color. So you want to like have a paper towel. You can break it up into little pieces if that makes it easier, but just remember, if it touches it, then move to another part of the paper towel and clean it. So that's one way to do it. Or you can just use your alcohol wipes and just clean each color. Same thing though. If you've already wiped right there, turn your wipe around and start doing it a different way. Flip it, whatever. You just don't want to touch the same thing twice to something, just for sanitary reasons. So that's how you would clean cream foundation, and that goes for any cream. So like my lipsticks here, it goes for my lipsticks too. So I like to use, oh, I just dropped it. I like to use the alcohol wipes and clean them that way. Or you can even do both. You can clean it that way, and then you can spray the alcohol on it and then get your paper towel and wipe that clean. Or another thing that you can do is when you're using your makeup, if you don't want to like, you know, dip your brushes into your product, if you want to like kind of save time that way, you can actually, with that little tray that you find online, you can usually get some kind of scooper, and then you can actually just scoop the color that you want, put it on your tray, and then use your brush on your tray and pick up the makeup and put it on. And then if you need more, since it's the same person, you could use that same applicator, get some more makeup on and put it on there. But if you touch it in the same spot where your brush was, you will have to go back into your makeup and sanitize it with alcohol. So either get a big chunk or just be aware of when you're setting it on the tray that you put it in a different spot where the brush that's touched that customer doesn't touch. Or you'll have to wash that too again. So there's different ways you can do it. You just find the way that works for you and your groove. Now for a lipstick, let me see if I can grab this really quick. So yes, I can. Okay. So for lipstick, I've got this one here. It's a really dark one. I like to use a brush to put it on people. You can use a lip brush, whatever. You can just like do, and then you can just like put it on their lips or whatever. It's just kind of awkward when you like have this big bulky thing and you're going into someone's like lip area. It can feel very like, whoa, hi, you know, so that's why it's kind of nice to just use a brush. But then, I mean, you could do it that way, but either way, you'll either have to clean the brush later, but either way, you are going to have to clean this tip. So how do you do that? Once again, either an alcohol wipe or the spray, and then get your paper towel and just wipe off that top layer of whatever you used. That's basically what you're doing when you're wiping off the makeup, like the cream foundation or your lipstick or lipstick. You're just like with the paper towel, you're just wiping that first layer off because that's the layer that's touched someone's skin, and you just can't cross contamination there. All right. And I think yes, the last thing is eyeshadows. Okay, how are you going to clean the eyeshadows? They're not cream. You don't want to ruin them, right? Like, how can you put a liquid in your eyeshadow? Like, that's going to ruin it, right? No, not alcohol, because alcohol will just, you know, evaporate. It'll go away. It does its job and leaves it clean. So once again, it's kind of like the same thing as the creams. So literally, you can take an alcohol wipe, but once again, you've got to remember, like, I'm going to show you because I really mean this. All right. So when you have your eyeshadows, let me get to that third layer, the fun layer here. So I'll just show you. So I have an alcohol wipe. Now I can either spray it down and use a paper towel, or I can use an alcohol wipe. So I would just take this and you're literally wiping, once again, that top layer off. Now I've got purple there. So now I need to use this end here where it's clean, and then I can do that on my next color. And one little swipe, you turn it, and then you want to get the other side. See, I touched 2 spots for that. And then you can either flip it and use this side and keep going, you know, like that. And you know what? Look, see how that looks dark? It's okay. Don't worry, because it's going to dry out. Like, don't worry about it. Alcohol is safe on powders. And that's going to be for like pressed powders too. You can sanitize that with alcohol. You can literally clean everything you need with your makeup. You know, everything, every kind of makeup, you can clean it with your alcohol. So that is how you're going to keep things clean. And it's very important. This is the most important lesson. The most important lesson. Yeah. So I know it's been a boring one, but thank you for hanging in there. And that, let me make sure. Yes, that is everything. Pretty much, if you use it on someone, clean it. Like even tweezers. I don't ever use this on people. But if you ever did use tweezers, sanitize those tips. I mean, you gotta keep things clean. So there you go. There's your sanitized lesson. Thank you for joining me once again. And be sure to enjoy the rest of the videos. They're going to be a lot more fun. And you're going to learn so much. So what I would like you to do is practice sanitizing your stuff as if it's your artist kit. If you don't have an artist kit yet, try cleaning your stuff as if it was an artist kit. It will help you kind of get used to like cleaning, and you'll get faster at it too. You'll see it takes a little bit of time, and it's like a thought process, like, oh yeah, I guess I am double dipping there, or oh yeah, I guess this could do this, or whatever. Oh, and like moisturizer. I didn't even tell you. So here, I'm gonna grab it. Yeah. I'm off the screen. I'm like, it's stuck. Okay, so like moisturizer, like if you have a bottle of moisturizer or whatever, same thing, you know. Oh, it's not even working. There it is. How are you going to get that? Okay, you get a clean brush, and you wipe it off, and then you can put this on your little tray. Or you can put this right on the client's face, but don't then dip back in there. Like, nope. Gone. It's gone. You can wipe this then with a paper towel, and that will be clean. And then you can pump more if you need. So there's an idea for like this kind of stuff. Or you can, if it doesn't pump like that, you can get like little applicators to, you know, scoop out. So yeah, you really have to think about like, okay, what am I using? How am I using it? And whatever. So anyways, that's all I have for today for this lesson. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging in there on this such fun topic. But anyways, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.